2 billion. That's how many transactions the ghost chain known as Algorand now has. That's right. We're going to look at that. We're going to dive into Messari's Q2 report on Algorand and look at the details, along with some news about AAR Tactics, DeFi Web Wallet, Coma and Farcaster. What's the connection there? Astro Arcade getting a rebrand, and I'm going to talk a little bit about our experiments that are upcoming, that we're going to have videos next week. But the big news is 2 billion transactions on Algorand, and we're going to look at all the metrics that Messari points out in its report on today's Frugal BC. By the way, guys, if you like this news, you like this content, let me know by hitting that like and subscribe button. Now remember, you don't have to smash it. You can just press it gently. It works just fine that way too. Like I said, we do the experiment. We give you the news. We try things out, and we let you know how it goes, good, bad, or ugly. So we're going to get into a lot of that experiments and talk about our a lot of the news and talk about our experiments today on the show. By the way, we are sponsored by non-fungible domains. So if you want that .algo address, a lot easier to remember than XR29X letters and numbers, blah, blah, blah. Way easier just for using non-fungible domains. So check them out in the description below. Mine's frugalbc.algo. It's super fun. It's really easy to use stuff in the Algorand ecosystem when you've got a .algo address. Just so much easier. So check that out. Non-fungible domains. Thanks for sponsoring the show. And we do have channel memberships. You want these videos before anyone else. $1 a month gets you access to the videos before anyone else gets to see them. It's an easy, cheap way to support the channel. But also like and subscribe, we like that too. So thanks so much. You can check that out on the main page. And let's get to the show here, because we got some good stuff. Starting with AAR Tactics, I've been tracking this one for a while. I played a demo at Decipher in Dubai in 2022, so it's been a while. Been a while before this finally came out in beta, but now there's a way you can do it, so let's check that out. Here we are. This is from AAR Tactics. This week we need to test some server-related issues. Next week we're aiming to get started on testing a possible reward system. Get access by opening a ticket and providing your Epic Games Store ID. We'll send you the code for a free download to the closed beta. So it was kind of a big deal that this was included in the Epic Store. This is going to be part of the Epic Games, which so is Magic the Gathering, which is why I already have an Epic account. I believe it's only on PC right now. So sorry, Mac lovers, you'll have to wait a little bit. I could be wrong about that. Last I saw it was PC only, but it could be they might have changed that. But yeah, now you can actually get it into the closed beta. You just have to open a ticket and provide your Epic Games Store ID. So check out AAR Tactics. Probably have more on their webpage here, aar.algo.xyz, or they're pretty active on their Discord, so check that out. But that's not all we got today. We also have a lot of people have been asking me about this. We're probably going to do a bigger story on this, a bigger video on this at some point, but right now the web wallet for DeFi is live. So let's take a little bit of a look at this. This is from DeFi Wallet themselves. They say it is done. DeFi Web is public. Give it a spin and send us some feedback. You can check it out. Please note the release is still an early version, alpha, soon to be beta. So this is really early on, guys. So, give it a little, in fact, I'll probably wait at least till it's beta. If it's alpha, I think I probably should wait till it's a little further along before I do a video on it. But initially recommend using it with new or low fund accounts. Alternatively, use a multi-sig setup. DeFi Web supports multi-sig accounts. This way, any transaction triggers a notification on DeFi Mobile, where you are prompted to countersign. They are generally great for security already in the future. So anyway, they're looking for feedback. You can report bugs on Discord. So if you want to try it out, go ahead and do that. But I have to say, the whole point for me of having the web wallet is I don't have to touch my phone, because if I do, then why don't I just use Para? So that's, it looks like you don't have to necessarily do that, but mine probably would be, because a lot of us had to re-sign after. I really miss, I'll be honest, I really miss the days of my algo. That was my favorite wallet. I like that it just kind of worked. So when I went to a DApp, it would pop up on its own. It worked, I signed it, blah, blah, blah. Everything was a lot simpler. Now I have to use my phone, and I find a little bit irritating. It's not that big a deal, especially now that there used to be this issue with Para where it wouldn't pull up for whatever, or if you didn't have it open right away and you did something on a DApp that triggered the wallet, you'd kind of be stuck, and you'd have to wait a while for it to reset or find a new browser or something. It was really annoying. So, but they seem to have fixed that now. Now, even if you don't have it pulled up and you initiate something, you can go open it up and it just pops up. So I did have an issue a couple of weeks back where it wasn't working though. Some stuff just wasn't triggering the app. So yeah, I kind of miss web wallets. I think they're a lot easier to use. Probably not as secure though, I understand. But yeah, we'll be paying attention to this for sure. I know a lot of people are really excited about that. Now this one from Coma is interesting. They are offering, and I don't know if this is available yet, but it's worth talking about the fact that they did this, even if it is, they're probably all used up at this point. But they were offering 100 free Farcaster accounts. So this is from Coma. Now Farcaster is kind of like a decentralized Twitter sort of a dApp, and I never used it. We'll talk about why in a second. I started to, and we'll get into that. But anyway, Coma, which is a DeFi platform on Algorand. I've used it before, actually staking some Nico right now. Only the first 100 users are eligible, don't miss. Sign up at warpcast.com and pay by yourself. We'll refund the $5 plus bonus in meta if you are not a bot. Recast and like the post on their Warpcast thing. Comment that post with your X handle and get an account and join the campaign, blah, 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 blah. So here's kind of what it looks like. This is the same thing, just on. It looks like there's some activity on here, so that's cool. But this is Coma. This is what Warpcast looked like. And, you know, one of my main things, okay, yes, you can't really. One of my main things is like you have to pay and then you can see it. And this kind of frustrated me. And is the reason I didn't check it out. It's only $5, so it's not that much money, but I sort of have a problem with forcing me to buy something when I can't even see it. Like, let me at least have a read only where I can look at it for a little bit. Give me 5 minutes. Give me 5 minutes to look at it. This is like kind of, you know, this is sales funnel kind of stuff. Like you want to give people a sample of something before you charge for it. Plus you give people a sample of something that makes them kind of want to, you know, they feel obligated to you a little bit. So yeah, I think it's just kind of a bad model to make people pay first, but some people seem to like it, so that's cool. But my main thing too is like, well, how's it better? You know, you're not really giving me a reason why it's better. So I guess fewer bots if you got to pay for it. Fewer people are willing probably to pay for it just to spam or whatever. So, but cool that they did this. Like I said, I have no idea if this is still live. Yeah. So apparently they were going to give you, oh yeah, if you had already had a Farcaster account, they'd award you like $3 in meta. Interesting. Yeah. Like I said, you can go check this out. I don't know. This was from the 20th, I think. So it's a good chance, and it had a lot of views. I think it's probably a good chance these are all used up, but I think it's interesting to talk about anyway. And one quick little news item from Astro Arcade. You know, I'm a big fan of the Borks, which lets you play their games on the retro arcade. It's really, really fun. I enjoy it a lot. There's a competition mode that you can just go play for free and try to work your way up the leaderboard. I think that's a lot of fun, but they got a rebrand, so let's look at this. New look, same retro vibes. Our site went through an overhaul thanks to the talented Algo Vince and Algo the Aloe. More to explore. Yeah, this is kind of what it looks like now, and one of the changes is that you can now practice all of the games, so not just the pew pew pew. I don't know if that's what it's called. Some of these games are really easy. The memory one I always usually find pretty easy. The Vikings, Space Vikings one here in the third from the right, I don't think I've ever won it. The pew 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 one's pretty easy. The Pac-Man clone one is like really hard because you never get to eat them, the little ghosts. So but yeah, it looks good. I've enjoyed this. This is one of my favorite projects on Algorand. They kind of just keep building. They've been doing good stuff. So, you know, good for you guys. Keep up the good work. Yeah, I'd like to have Yomo on at some time. I think it'd be a fun one. But yeah, this is cool. So you can get these Borks for like $15. At least that's what I got mine for. And then it lets you play this. You can play every 4 hours to actually earn, and you can earn tickets to be awarded more NFTs. I haven't won an NFT yet, but then sometimes they have rewards for playing too, but I haven't ever gotten any of those. I'm not sure which. I'm not even entirely sure how you get it, but yeah, go check it out. I like that one a lot. Then let's get to the Masari report, because this is the big stuff. 2 billion transactions. Remember, this is the ghost chain, right? The chain no one's using, and we got 2 billion transactions, and we got it really, really fast. This is tweeted out by Masari. On its 5th anniversary, Algorand reached 2 billion transactions with average daily transactions 104% quarter over quarter to 4.7 million. So 4.7 million transactions a day. This is what people call the ghost chain. It cracks me up. By the way, it took 4 years to hit the first billion and just one more to double it. So first billion transactions took 4 years, and in the last year, it got another billion, okay? This is your ghost chain. This is your ghost chain. Let's see the report here. I love making fun of people who say stuff like this, by the way. It's like, they'll say like, yeah, Algorand is dead. I'm like, based on what? And they never have an answer. They never have like an actual metric. And listen, you know, my eyes are wide open on Algorand. I don't think it's the best coin to hold for price action, but I love what it's doing. I love how it's growing. And we're going to see from the experiments that you can do really, really well on Algorand. But anyway, so here's the key insights. Average daily transactions on Algorand increased by 104%. Again, dying ghost chain, right? Dying ghost chain. It maintained momentum after the spike in transactions from the Aura meme coin project in Q1 2024. Messina.1's TVL grew 440% quarter over quarter, despite Algorand's total DeFi TVL falling 32%. That's a, you know, so hey, that's a point of criticism. DeFi falling a little bit. That's a little concerning. Algorand expanded its ecosystem through strategic partnerships with Nansen and Coinbase. Yeah, the Coinbase, we talked about that, how non-fungible domains is going to be a part of that. Basically, the Coinbase Quest, you'll be able to do a number of things on Algorand, on-chain, like setting up a wallet, getting a domain from non-fungible domains, that kind of stuff. Very cool. The Nansen partnership will enhance Algorand's data visibility, and its partnership with Coinbase supports USDC's expansion to the Algorand blockchain. Yeah, USDC, I believe that's the first non-regular USDC to be supported on Coinbase is the Algorand version. So that's pretty cool. In Q2, the XGov program approved 23 grant applications, allocating a total of 2.35 million algos in funding. And I'll tell you, I'm not a fan of XGov. I think it's been kind of a disaster. It's really easily gamed, and they need to fix it. But I'm just not. To me, governance has just been a non-starter, and I'm really looking forward to consensus node rewards, basically. The Change the Game Global Hackathon held over 2,000 individuals with 600 actively competing in the event. Also cool. So pretty happy. These are to me, these are good insights overall. I'm a little concerned about the DeFi TVL falling, but probably a big part of that is the price. That when price falls, this is one thing I've said about TVL. It's not a perfect metric. It needs to be somehow stabilized. It could be based on the number of actual coins involved, because it matters. Okay, so TVL is a function of like how many coins are devoted to DeFi, but also the price times that. So because it's measured in dollars. I don't think that's a perfect way to measure it either, because it's important. Like, first off, just knowing how much dollar amount is involved. There is a value to that metric, but it's measuring it over time is misleading because the price changes as well. So that affects that. I could have 400 algo committing to DeFi, and the next quarter I could do 440, but if the price fell, my participation on a dollar basis is less, even though I'm actually using more Algorand. You understand my point there? I'm not saying this isn't valuable, but you have to be aware of what it's measuring. But, that's still not good. I mean, it sucks. You always want to see TVL going up because you want to see the price of the coin go up as well, right? So, yeah, that's kind of disturbing, but it's one negative aspect. But otherwise, this is a pretty positive quarterly report, so good to see. That's really all for this week. I do have experiments coming up with Grand Casino using the LP and seeing how that pays off. Plus, I've been tracking my USDC algo pool on TinyMan. Recently learned that I'm also eligible for Tiny rewards on that, so I've been gaining on that as well, and that's making me pretty good money. So the bottom line, the TLDR on that is roughly about $5,000 worth of USDC algo is earning me about $5 a day, a little less. It kind of depends whether you count pool rewards or not. It's more than $5 most days if it's counting pool rewards, and less than that, slightly less than $5 without And that's not bad. And then I'm taking that tiny plus the tiny I'm earning from staking and putting that into the tiny algo. And that's been doing really well. So we'll talk all about that next week. We'll talk about the Algorand Casino one. I'm not sure if I'll do both of them next week or just one of them, but keep an eye out for that. Plus we'll have some more stuff from other cryptocurrencies. So keep an eye out for that. Otherwise, hope you guys are doing well out there. Stay safe. Just hold tight because the bull run, second part of the bull run should be coming soon. I think we're in the early stages of that. We'll probably see October, November is where we'll really start seeing things start to take off a little bit. So keep an eye out for that. But otherwise, I'm Frugal BC. Stay safe out there, and I will see you in the future.